It's very easy to look at this season and be down in the dumps due to some bad losses like the Cowboys, like against the Saints, and more recently, the Denver Broncos. Giants always find themselves losing in the most unique ways possible, but one thing is for sure, the Giants have their guy. Before we start, I want to give a huge shout out to Sleeper for sponsoring this video and this channel for this season. We got a huge promo for October for you guys. Not only when you put in the promo code 27squad will you receive a 100% match up to $100 on your deposit, you're also going to receive a $20 free entry without even a deposit. You guys don't even need to put in a deposit. You're going to get $20 for free to work with, and then you could do your deposit or just do both. I mean, there's so much things you can do. But make sure you guys download Sleeper for all your sports needs, news, fantasy, daily picks, more or less, all of that. Sleeper has it, and make sure you use the promo code 27squad. What is going on, guys? What is going on, 27squad? Welcome back into another video. And listen, this is a video of hope, right? This is a video of triumph because, listen, watching the film, watching these games, looking at how this team is run, I can tell you one thing for sure, and the Giants have their franchise quarterback in Jaxson Dart. Listen, I wasn't happy to get him. I'll be the first to admit that to you. A lot of people still go on to my reaction of Jaxson Dart, him being drafted. I wasn't his biggest fan. Did I like him? Yeah, I never said I didn't like him. I just didn't want him in the first round, but I was wrong. Bro, I will always say that I'm wrong. I don't know why people always come into my comment section like, you were wrong. Delete your channel. Like, my goodness. I guess that shows how much I'm right, huh? But in all seriousness, Jaxson Dart has been so much fun to watch, and it doesn't seem like it's something that's a flash in the pan. You can see the way he plays, the poise he has. I mean, we recognized it all the way back in the preseason where we watched him play, and although we're still saying it's the preseason, we're still going, well, damn, this guy does not seem flustered at all. This guy seems like he is leading the charge. As soon as he steps on the field, everybody's playing for this guy, and when the ball is snapped, there's no confusion. His eyes don't get stuck somewhere. He doesn't just go down. He's not scared of contact. He's not scared to throw the ball downfield, even in risky opportunities. Like, he's always cool, calm, and collected like a veteran. It doesn't seem like a rookie out there. And everybody was worried about him starting against the Chargers in week 4. I was one of the people that said, hey, this is a great challenge for the rookie. Let's see what he's got. But a lot of people, and I'm not going to blame them, but a lot of people really didn't want us to start Jaxson Dart until at least the Saints game. And imagine if the Giants started him on the Saints game. It could have snowballed into something much, much worse. But he had the opportunity to start against the Chargers, and he went out and beat the Chargers, one of the top defenses in the NFL at the time, and stopped the Chargers from their undefeated season, completely shut down their undefeated season after they started 3-0, and it seems like we broke the Chargers because they haven't been the same since. Even going into the Saints game, he still played a decent game. Obviously, he had 2 bad interceptions, 1 fumble, did not look good on the stat sheet, but if you watch him play, man, you can't tell me at this point in his career, at this point in the season, when he breaks that huddle and he gets to the line of scrimmage and he's getting ready to snap the ball, you can't tell me that you're not putting all your faith in Jaxson Dart at that moment, saying, I believe in this kid. I think that he can get us down the field and score. I felt that way in that Eagles game in the beginning of the game. I felt that way against the Chargers. I felt that way in the Saints game. Unfortunately, they weren't able to pull it together at the end of the game. And even in the Denver game, like, every time Jaxson Dart was out there, more specifically when Denver started to come back in that game, I had all my faith in Jaxson. Usually, because I'm a Giants fan, ever since Eli Manning, doesn't matter who was at quarterback, I'm not having much faith in my team in crunch time trying to get it done. It doesn't happen very often. I don't have much faith in the quarterback, and I don't want to talk too much about Daniel Jones, but I never really felt that with Daniel Jones. I never really felt like at the end of the game, we're down a couple scores, or we're, coming out of halftime and we need to get the lead. I believe my quarterback can get us down there. I didn't feel that way with any of the other quarterbacks since Eli. So far, Jaxson Dart has started 4 games for the Giants, and he's had 791 yards in the air, 7 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Paired along with his rushing stats, 37 attempts, 178 yards, 4.8 yards per carry, and 3 touchdowns. He has 10 total touchdowns on the season in 4 games. Not only that, the Giants offense has looked dramatically different. They're scoring in different ways than we've ever seen them before. Did you guys know that the Giants have not attempted a field goal since week 3 against the Kansas City Chiefs? And yes, I get it. I know a lot of you guys are ready to start typing in the comments, but KB, that's because they have to go for it constantly and try to get into the end zone because they don't have a kicker. They had Jude McAtomney, and we all know how that worked out with the extra points. Yes, but how is it that the Giants still found their way? Jaxson Dart, despite not having a kicker, that offense still found a way to score 30 points in 2 of his 4 starts, both against top-tier defenses in the Eagles and Broncos. The Eagles have one of the best rosters defensively in the NFL, and the Denver Broncos have the best front 7 in the NFL with 2 top 5 sack getters, and also the former Defensive Player of the Year in Patrick Surtain. And you got Jaxson Dart with no kicker, so there's no option to kick a 50-yard field goal. You got to go out there and win the game. You got to go out there and score touchdowns with Theo Johnson, Daniel Bellinger, Wan'Dale Robinson, Lil Jordan Humphrey, and Jalen Hyatt, and occasionally Bo Collins when he gets out on the field. Yes, and I named the tight ends first, and Wan'Dale Robinson has been great. Do not get me wrong, Wan'Dale Robinson has been great, but these are your guys. These are your receivers that you got to get down the field with. And he did that twice. And he only had Malik Neighbors for the first quarter and a half of the Chargers game. And he didn't even have much impact in that game. It just seems so odd to me that I believe my quarterback can get downfield when his number 1 receiver right now is Wan'Dale Robinson, and his number 2 is Jalen Hyatt, who has 3 catches on the entire year. The starting wide receiver on the New York Giants right now, the starting number 2 wide receiver, has 3 catches on the year right now. He's been the starter since the Philly game. That's 2 games. Been the starter for 2 games. He has 3 catches on the year, ladies and gentlemen. Lil Jordan Humphrey didn't really do much in that Denver Broncos game. He let Jaxson Dart down a couple of times. He had an opportunity for a touchdown. So did Jalen Hyatt. He still finds ways, despite that, to go out there and win. The Giants against the Eagles and the Denver Broncos have scored 10 touchdowns. 10 touchdowns under Jaxson Dart. Now, Cam Scatterboo is a big part of that. That duo is fantastic. I love that duo. But Jaxson Dart's the quarterback, man. He's running. How many times? The Daniel Bellinger touchdown against Denver was an audible. There was another big play to Daniel Bellinger in that game. That was an audible. I believe the Wan'Dale Robinson deep score was an audible. I believe. I could be wrong about that. And let's move past his passing ability. Let's move past him as a quarterback, as a passer. His running ability, the way he's able to take off, the way he doesn't shy away from contact. He needs to work on the sliding, right? He needs to work on stop constantly putting yourself in harm's way, because he's gotten checked out in almost every single game that he's played in. He's had to come off the field and be looked at, right? That's an issue. But when I talk about his virtue of being a playmaker, a gamer, a guy that just wants to win, he wants to leave it all out on the field, even if that means he makes some mistakes sometimes, like the interception, right? The interception against the Denver Broncos, or the fumble against the Saints where he just tries too hard and just lost control of the ball because he was trying to get out of harm's way. Like, Jaxson Dart is putting the offense in position to score touchdowns. In the past 2 games, I don't even think I remember saying it. In the past 2 games, 10 total touchdowns, 5 touchdowns in each game. 5 touchdowns. And when was the last time? Somebody's got to know this. I didn't do my research. I'm just coming up with it now. When was the last time the Giants have scored 5 straight touchdowns? Only 5 touchdowns, like 5 touchdowns back-to-back weeks. When has that ever happened? Has that ever happened with Eli? Have the Giants scored 5 touchdowns? We're talking at least 35 points. Well, not exclude the kicker, but you guys know what I mean. Getting yourself into the 30s with touchdowns and no field goals attempted. When has that ever happened for the Giants? That's Jaxson Dart, man. That's Jaxson Dart. No, he's not having a Jaden Daniels season. He's not having a Dak Prescott season in their rookie seasons. Those 2 guys, it sucks that they're in the NFC East. They've had the best quarterback seasons in NFL history. He's not those guys. Let's acknowledge that. But that doesn't mean Jaxson Dart ain't our guy. That does not mean Jaxson Dart ain't our guy. I seen him make throws in the preseason that wowed me, and I said, let's see what happens in the regular season. Then I see him go out in the regular season and make some ridiculous throws under pressure. The Wan'Dale Robinson, where he slipped away and ran in for a touchdown. Jaxson Dart was being blitzed heavily. Offensive line was doing their best to block. Jaxson Dart stood cool, calm, and collected in the pocket, scrambled around, waited till he found his receiver, threw the ball downfield. Touchdown. That's a playmaker right there. That's a gamer. No, Jaxson Dart didn't throw it into the end zone, but he bought enough time to get his receiver open. And then you look at, again, another scramble play to Wan'Dale Robinson against the Denver Broncos, right? They send a blitz at him. He's scrambling around. I believe Wan'Dale Robinson had like a stick route or a whip route, something very shallow. The play breaks down. They have to work off script. Wan'Dale Robinson goes upfield. There is literally a hair of space between Wan'Dale Robinson and the linebacker. And Wan'Dale Robinson, as short as he is, Wan'Dale Robinson is a 5'8 receiver. And Jaxson Dart, on the run, off balance, throws an absolute dime over Alex Singleton's head. I believe it was Alex Singleton. To Wan'Dale Robinson. Incredible. Playmaker. He is a gamer. Now, Jaxson Dart may have some issues with his deep ball. That's all in footwork. Because he's more of an arm thrower than a body thrower. That's why a lot of people ask me, KB, how come the ball doesn't really come out with a lot of velocity? Like, I know he has an arm, but why does it come out a little bit slower? Why does it come out a little bit softer, a little bit later? It's because of that. I'm sure he's going to work on that. Josh Allen did. If you watch Hard Knocks, Josh Allen was more of an arm thrower in the NFL. Then he unlocked himself in the 3rd season. He became a body thrower. And just, you guys know the rest of the story. But Jaxson Dart will get that down. But right now, he's a gamer. He is a gamer. And he's not afraid. He has the attitude of a veteran, and the kid is a rookie. He wants to go out there and win. You heard his quotes. He's tired of seeing the city lose. He knows that he's not part of the losing culture, and he wants to establish his own culture. Those are his words. That's a effing gamer right there, man. That's my effing quarterback, bro. I am proud to have Jaxson Dart as my starting quarterback. I love this kid. I love what he's doing. He's our guy. He is our new hope. Thank you for watching this video. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And we'll see you guys very, very soon. Woo!